All right, let's talk about this thoroughbred white woman. You guys heard about this one? This was really, really, really funny. What we've got here is this woman here got busted for a DUI. She got busted for a DUI, and well, the headline of the article I do think really summarizes it. Real estate agent accused of drunken driving pleads with cops that she is a very clean, thoroughbred white girl. Oh, this one's gonna go over well on the internet, isn't it? Right? You got a woman. You can see her, right? She's like, I'm a thoroughbred white woman. Only Aryan penis ends up in this body. Only. I make sure that it's clean and it's cut and there's no smegma and they might be Jewish, but I'm just not going to argue that. I mean, no, I'm not. I don't know how she is on a. I don't know what her preferences are in that world, but whatever. I'm saying it's like when you're drunk and you're like, I'm a clean, thoroughbred white woman. It kind of sounds like you're hiding a Confederate flag in your trunk, maybe next to some tiki torches, and that you really, really, really love Mein Kampf. It just feels that way. It feels that this is pretty much where things are at with this particular woman here. But according, because it's just me, the story does in fact get better. So the woman is seen speeding through a stop sign at 60 miles an hour, told officers that they shouldn't arrest her because she's a very clean, thoroughbred white girl. Her glassy eyes and her eyes were glassy and bloodshot. Lauren Elizabeth Cutshaw was slurring her words when a breathalyzer showed her blood alcohol level at 0.18%, according to the police in Bluffton, South Carolina. Now, again, 0.08% is the legal limit. Just want to kind of reiterate that point. So 0.18% is double the legal limit, and she blew through a stop sign at 60 miles an hour. She was clearly hammered, but hey, just, she's white, so it's fine. That's basically what she's saying. All right, so Cutshaw, 32 years old. 32, she's 32, she's 32. Holy shit. I'm 36, I'm not even that bad. Like, come on, even when I was younger, like if she was like 19 years old, I could almost kind of go, okay, so she's a little affluent, right? She's never really been challenged in her entire social status at all. None of that kind of crap. She's never done anything like that. But she's 30, she's 32. So she's 32 and she's like, I'm a thoroughbred white girl. Like, okay. Someone clearly had a bit of an entitled upbringing, I would argue. I would very much argue that one. Now, she told the arresting officers that she didn't feel she should be jailed because she was a cheerleader, a dancer, and a sorority girl who graduated from a very high accredited university. Come on. That's her excuse. I'm a very clean, white, thoroughbred girl. I'm a cheerleader, a sorority girl, and I went to a highly accredited school. Like, is this it's a DUI, not a job application. And even then, you can tell this girl never, ever, ever passed college, right? She peaked in college. I guarantee that. This is her life has hit that arrested development level. She left college 10 years ago. She's never been able to reclaim her glory days as a sorority girl and a cheerleader. So she tries to use it as a defense when she's caught speeding through a stop sign at 60 miles an hour. Listen, hey, I look, this thing's fun to laugh at. I'm just glad she didn't freaking kill anybody, right? I'm just glad she didn't freaking kill anybody because ultimately no one wants that. Right? No one wants that. No one wants that at all. And then her defense is so dumb because again, she keeps going with it. She really does. So when taken to the police station in handcuffs, she described herself as a white thoroughbred. It's a white thoroughbred, and went on to say, "I'm a white clean girl." When the officer who was arresting her, who was also white, said, "What does that have to do with anything?" She replied, "You're a cop. You know what it means. You're a cop. You should know based on the people that come into this room." There we go, guys. There we go. Lauren Elizabeth Cutshaw showing her true colors. Like, I'm a white thoroughbred girl. What does that have to do with prostitute in China? You know what it means. I'm not one of the darkies. Like, that's what she's basically saying, right? She's that's super racist. That's like, that is so racist. There we go. There we go. And then she goes into this one too. Is she repeatedly stated, "My partner is a cop." And she said she'd been trying to get to her boyfriend's house when she was pulled over early on Saturday. Now, Cutshaw, a real estate agent, told the officer that she's had 2 glasses of wine at an upscale restaurant. How full with glasses of wine? She says, "I mean, I was celebrating my birthday." 2 glasses of wine will not put you at 0.18% BAC. It will not do that to you at all. So if she had 2 glasses of wine, it was followed up by like 18 Jello shooters, a couple Jaeger bombs, and like maybe a sea breeze. Okay, maybe just to kind of top off the night, cleanse your palate. Maybe have a little bit of that cranberry vodka mix. I know it's a sea breeze. I said it. It's stupid, but anyway. Now, another officer found marijuana and rolling papers in her Ford Fusion, and she may have smoked pot earlier in the evening as well. But pot is not an excuse for being a racist bitch, because that's what she is. It's so like I'm sorry. Look, I probably shouldn't call her a bitch, but it's saying it's like you're gonna go and like, "I'm a thoroughbred white girl. I'm better than the darkies." It's come on. You're pulling that off and you're like, "I had 2 glasses of wine. I might have smoked some pot earlier in the night." That's what freaking soccer moms do to settle into their nightly bath while they read 50 Shades of Grey, their dog-eared copy of 50 Shades of Grey. Okay, like that's what people have, maybe a couple glasses of wine, smoke a little bit to relax at the end of the day. They don't sit there and smoke a little J, drink a little Pinot, and Pinot, and then all of a sudden start calling for a Klan rally. Jesus. Now, she was jailed on charges including drunken driving, speeding, and marijuana possession, based in part on her own statements, saying here that making statements such as these are means to justify not being arrested are unusual in my experience as a law enforcement officer, and I believe further demonstrate the suspect's level of intoxication. So yeah, that's her. That's the story of Lauren Elizabeth Cutshaw, who clearly, looking at the image on the screen here, was not necessarily having that good of a night. You can kind of see she's going like, maybe I've made some mistakes. But if you just kind of want to know what she looks like when she's not entirely sauced, here we go. This is her. This is normally what she looks like. So yeah, clean looking white girl, right? But you get past that the makeup, you get past the teeth cleaner, you get past all the other shit, and what you got's kind of a vile person on the inside who thinks herself better because her boyfriend's a cop. She thinks she can't be arrested because she's clearly protected, and then as a last ditch effort defense, yeah, no, I'm white. Anyway, gonna back that up. Like, that's how I feel she was going about this. It's so stupid. It's so stupid when people pull this crap out. Look, racism is terrible, right? It is. Most people who get called a racist on the internet are not racist. They might make an uncouth joke, dankula, right? They might say something stupid, dankula, but they're telling a joke and they're not meaning it in the context that people are meaning it. But they like to try to throw the word out there as a way to delineate it, to take away its impact. When what you've got here is you've got an entitled, affluent 32-year-old Arrested Development post-college sorority cheerleader who blows through a stop sign at 60 miles an hour with 0.18% BAC and tries pulling the "my boyfriend's a cop" line, and then the I'm white. I'm better than everyone here. And that is why she should be called out. That is why this kind of crap should be shouted down. It's a funny story to laugh at. It's hysterical to laugh at because this chick is clearly going to not really enjoy what comes down next. A DUI is very expensive. And if she's out there, she's probably going to end up losing her real estate license or losing her job for having these views, which I don't think she should. I think it should be a learning moment, to be honest with you. I think a person like her who is very much ingrained that belief that because the color of her skin makes her better, she'd be better served to find a way to move past that train of thought, move past that line of thinking, because this is ultimately where I think we are as a society. Is people out there, they do hide their beliefs like this. And they do so because they don't want to be ostracized or they think it's going to be whatever. But there are people out there, too, that want to start trying to bridge that gap by trying to show them that maybe not everyone who's a different skin color than you is a bad person. And those types of programs, those types of approaches, is these kind of situations, don't get the play that they deserve. Now, I don't know if like a judge can order sensitivity training or some crap like that, but I think it would be in our best interest to go and seek a counselor and maybe learn that just because, you're white on the outside doesn't change the fact that you're pretty dark on the inside.